Hey everybody, today I'm going to be trying out kind of a new thing. Basically, I'm going to be playing some Team Fortress 2 here, just kind of in the background, just having some fun playing. And then while that's going on, I'm going to be ranting a little or having a discussion just about certain things that are going on in like the gaming world, because obviously that's what I like to do. I like to play games. Those are my videos. Normally in my videos, I have a lot of talk about the game itself and like the gameplay of me playing, and like little about anything else that's going on. Like, I tend to keep it focused on the actual game, but on these, this is my chance just to kind of get extremely off topic and just talk about things that I enjoy, or just stuff that I like to talk about or I'm interested in, but not so much about the game. I may comment on the game. It depends on what I want to do, how I feel, but this is the first video, so we'll see how that goes. The discussion I wanted to bring up now is, it may be a little late, but lately there's just things been getting heated up about the new consoles that are going out. I don't know the exact dates of the consoles that are going up. It's usually like in the fall, like around November. That's when everything usually starts. But I was talking about the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, for these, they're both good consoles in my opinion, but like, there's also different things about both that seems more or less interesting to me. Now, first off, right off the bat, one of the things is, I usually play the Xbox. I have an Xbox 360, I have a computer, and I have a PS4. I've saved up my money, and I've just been able to get all those. But most people don't have that luxury, and I know that I'm not going to be able to now that I have a nice computer enough to record videos, because I spent all my money. The point being, however, that there's really only one console I can get, if I even end up getting one, which I probably will. But what console am I going to get then? Is it going to be... Oh, I did not mean to take a screenshot. Crap. Is it going to be... Is it going to be the PS4 or the Xbox One? Right off the bat, there's some things I'd like to go back to for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 as of right now. First off, the 360, obviously, or I guess not obviously, but in my opinion, I enjoy Xbox Live significantly more than PlayStation Network. That is just what I enjoy. However, I enjoy the PS3 as a console a little bit more than the 360. The PS3 I've had really no problems with as the system, and the 360 I have sometimes. The 360 gets hot extremely quick, and I know there was like a big thing about how the fans are not as good as they should be in the 360. Whether that's true, the point is that it, in my personal opinion, it just gets really hot really quickly, and it just heats up my room. However, when I play with the PS3, I don't really see that problem. The thing I like to do for most of them is, whenever I play a 360 game, I tend to pick the games that are multiplayer, because like I said, I enjoy Xbox Live significantly more. I think it's better just because, first off, there's parties. One of the best thing ever is just cross-platform game chat. It just, because it's like I can talk to friends, and like through that I've made friends. They're like, I don't know if you want to call them real friends or not, but they're just people that I know only from Xbox, and if anything, they're at least fun to talk to, and I just enjoy playing games with them. And it wouldn't really be as possible with the fact if I had... Oh, I did not know you could dive in water. But that wouldn't really be possible if I was on the PS3, because there was no cross-platform games. And then the thing with the PS3 then, which is the next point, is I have little to no friends on it. I know like several people well in real life who play the PS3, and I have them added, but I don't play all the games that they do, and then so I'm not able to talk to them on a regular basis. with the Xbox, I can. And so therefore on Xbox, I have like 80 friends. And Xbox allows you to have that. But on PS3, I have like 15 friends. And then some of them, they're like, I don't know them at all because I barely ever get to talk to them. And I also don't have a mic for the PS3 because my Xbox came with a mic. So I had that right off the bat, and my PS3 did not come with the mic. So I don't know whether that's an official thing, like, or if it was just something that happened with me, but that's just something there. And if the PS3 came with a mic, I can guarantee that I would be talking on it a little bit more, especially since it's free for the network or live or whatever you want to call it. But that's also another good point about it. And this is me so far. This is basically just going over like the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Like, I'm not even onto the new consoles, but like the 360, clearly, obviously, right off the bat, you had to pay money, and the PS3, you don't have to pay any money, and that is a huge difference for some people. For some people who just like to play some of the games but not get real into it, or I don't know. I don't want to say like casual gamers, because I can do that sometimes, and like, or like non-hardcore gamers, because it's different. But some people, like especially families, like they just want to get on and they just want to play games. And while Xbox tries to support the whole family thing, it's like, I feel like PS3, they just have, it's free, so like it's not a big deal. So if you, or like if you don't care a whole ton about multiplayer, like I said, I play the single player games for PS3, then like why not? Because it's free. But like if you care a lot, then that's gonna be a problem. But then what is up with this music? That was strange. But that's just what I mean by that. It's just the free, but like it's free, but it doesn't have super good performance. And then the other one is not free, but it does have good performance. So they're pretty different. Like everyone compares them, but they are different enough that it may not be the best idea to compare them, because they're going for different things. I'm not entirely sure. That's just one way I feel about it. But the other thing is, obviously, moving on to the next part is the next consoles themselves. I'm not extremely informed about them, but I also know a decent amount to be able to talk about them. I know that Sony has always been known, whenever I've heard about them, as having better hardware itself. However, I have heard a rumor, or maybe the truth, it just depends, that the Xbox One manufactured their own software, so, or not the software, but manufactured their own hardware for the actual system, which could give them an edge or actually set them behind. I mean, it has yet to be seen for when they're both released, but as far as I know, the Xbox One like hyped up their hardware. Like I've seen the hardware for that, or at least what has been rumored about the hardware, and it looks impressive. However, I don't know any rumors or anything about the PS4 hardware, but I also know that Sony always has usually the upper edge when it comes to that kind of stuff. So that depends on what happens when they come out. Another part is then just for the online play, because for some people they buy the campaigns for games. I'm not gonna say that like Call of Duty is my favorite game, or that I even play it a whole ton. I do own some of them and I enjoy them, but for a lot of people, Call of Duty or other games, multiplayer is a huge big deal. Like if multiplayer is not successful, then wow. But if multiplayer is not successful, then they're just not going to play the regular game. However, I know other people. I have a friend who buys games honestly mostly for the campaign, and that's just his thing. So it really has yet to be seen for what that'll be. I don't know if they're making, here's one thing that I know nothing about. If they're making like a completely separate like online thing, or if it's going to be the same thing. Because I mean, this is like the first time where we have like these big online play consoles, and like then the next generation. So I don't know if they're gonna keep Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. I'm almost certain that they would, because it'd be a little ridiculous to start up like a whole another network. I feel like that'd be really difficult. But I mean, I could always be very well be wrong. But then my next major point about the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 is about the games. And Xbox One, like they always do, like Microsoft always does, is they try to buy out a bunch of big sellers, which they've successfully done once again. I am not a fan of that. It actually really irritates me. Like I wish that they would just let people play the games on what they want to, because that way you wouldn't have to deal with the fact of having different consoles. Like one of my favorite series is Halo, but I have to have an Xbox to do that. I wanted to get the game Last of Us, and you have to have a PS3 to do that. And I can do all of these because I have those two and a computer. But it would be so much more time and money saving, and it would just bring a lot different experience and a change to just the overall like gaming world and just the people who play, if they could just buy an Xbox and play all the games they want on it, or buy a PS4, or buy a computer, whether it even be Windows or Mac. Like, just they need to make it that way. And it's like, if a gaming company doesn't want to make it for a console, that's like, you know, one thing. Like, oh, let's say a gaming company only likes to make computer games, then who's to say that they have to make it for console? Like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying though is that, like, I don't feel that they should be able to be bought. Like, even like if one company, if they only want to make it for like Xbox, like they feel like it would only work on Xbox, or if another company feels like their game would be better if it was on PS3 or PS4, then they could do that. But I don't feel like Microsoft or Sony should just be able to hand them a big check and then just be like, oh, well, make the game only for us. Or how can he swim? Oh. But that's just my general feel to it. I mean, again, this is pretty opinionated. So I'm gonna wrap this up about here. I may continue this whole thing because honestly I had a big random thing about like the current consoles, not the ones that are coming up, the next generation or whatever they call it. So I will most likely continue it, but for now, that's how the video is going to be. Let me know if you enjoyed it, or if it was a good idea. If you thought it was a good idea, obviously give me a thumbs up. Try and, if you enjoyed this actually, and you gave the thumbs up, then give me some other topics to talk about, because I'll probably make one more video about the next gen consoles, and then maybe another one depending on how popular this is when they finally come out. But as of right now, it's just like my own ideas, and I need you guys to help me out a little with what you want to see by actually just recommending what you want me to talk about. So once again, give me suggestions, tell me how you enjoyed it, give me all that feedback, give a like, subscribe, share, do all that. Thank you. I hope you all had a fun time watching, and I will see you all next time.